Hey, it's Nikki with FM99. I am here with the one and only Thayil Momsen of the Pretty Reckless. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. It's always good to see you.
You too. It's been a minute, so good to see you.
It has been a minute. I know. I feel like a lot has actually changed since I talked to you.
Yeah. The world's opening up, songs are coming out, videos are coming out. It's good.
I know. I love it. Yeah, we're playing your new single, Only Love Can Save Me Now. Love it.
Thank you. I'm very proud of that one. So thank you for playing it.
Yeah, it's funny. I listened to the album so many times and I feel like I keep finding a new favorite. And this one is my new favorite. I have listened to it on repeat. Really good.
Thank you. That was a big feat for us. So it's one of my, I always say I'm not supposed to pick favorites on the album because they're all my children, but
of course,
I'd be lying if I didn't say that was one of my favorites. So I'm really excited that it's out and really happy about it.
Yeah, it sounds like there's some pretty deep meaning in that song for you.
Yeah, definitely. Not to get all heavy, but it was written at kind of one of the worst times in my life. And that song was kind of I was at the kind of pinnacle point of having to make a decision to get better, I guess, and move forward. And that's kind of how that song was born. And, obviously having, Matt Cameron and Kim Thayil be a part of it was just a huge thing to me. I mean, I don't even know how to put that in words. I'm just so grateful that they said yes. And it was just such an incredible experience, getting to work with them.
Yeah, absolutely. And the video, now, were you guys together when you did that, or did you do it separately?
No, the video was quite complicated because we filmed that back in November. So, in the peak of COVID in New York City. And it was actually one of 3 that we filmed. So we did 25, which is out. So it went, and this was the 3rd one. And so we did 3 videos in the course of 4 days. To no sleep.
Right.
And that was the last one we did. And it was me, Ben, and Mark were there. So we filmed our parts in New York at the same time. Basically, the treatment was to create a hurricane inside. So we had this huge screen behind us with all the ocean and everything. And I was the lucky standing in water.
Yeah.
And I was the lucky one who got, the rain machine poured down on me. So we had this truck. But it only had, I think it was 16 minutes worth of rain before it was empty. So, and it's a very long song. So we only had 2 takes with the rain. It was ice cold rain, pelting down on you. And it was fun, but it was very cold. And then we had a secondary crew in Seattle to film Matt and Kim. And we basically recreated the same set there. And I was directing via FaceTime and stuff and trying to make it look cohesive. So when we got to the editing process, it all looked like we were in the same space. And I think it turned out pretty well, but it was quite the undertaking.
Yeah, no, it did. It turned out fantastic. I would not have guessed that you guys weren't all together at that moment.
There's a lot of, movie magic there.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Now tell me, because obviously I've seen the video, would you consider that your edgiest video yet?
I don't know. I don't know if I ever used the word edgy either. Like, I think
it's a fun word.
It's a fun word, but I don't think that I ever put that in like a treatment. I write all the treatments for videos. So,
okay.
And I co-direct all of them. So it's, that one, I really wanted it to be kind of about the song and not take away from it, but still have a lot of emotion and a lot of, feeling in it. It's always kind of challenging to make music videos because, especially in rock, and for us, because the songs move so much. There's so much dynamic to the song, from tempo changes to mood changes to all of that. Right. That in order to kind of capture that in a music video is challenging, because it's not like hip hop or something where it's this kind of stagnant beat where you can just edit on the grid.
Yeah.
So it really has to move with the song, and so that's always something that it takes a lot of time to kind of accomplish, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely. So are you working on any more music videos for that album?
Yes. We don't have the dates booked or anything yet, and I can't really say too much about it, but yes, more music videos to come.
Okay, very good. I'm good with that. I can take that. So you said you're co-director. Who did direct the video?
We worked with John Jay, who we actually worked with in the past. He did Have a Nose, and he did Fucked Up World. So that was a fun kind of reunion to work with him again, and his whole crew was great. So yeah, it was a really good time.
Awesome. Yeah, I bet. Actually, watching that video, it looked like it was fun to film.
It certainly was. Yeah, it was. It was fun. It was cold, but it was fun.
Yeah, definitely. So you moved your tour to 2022. We know this.
Yes.
what are you working on this year? Are you guys getting together and rehearsing for when you do hit the road?
We are. You know, it was kind of a challenging decision to push touring until 2022, but we haven't played in a very long time. We haven't played a show since I think it was December 2017.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a while. So, you know, and this record's very much a rebirth for us in a lot of ways. And so I really wanted to kind of take the time to get back in the rehearsal space and really kind of, you know, build this up again organically. And so when we do come out, the live show's a rebirth as well. And we come out better than we were before, like almost as a new band. So, you know, and now that everything's starting to open up, this is kind of the first time that we've had to get in the rehearsal space and actually play, see each other. So, you know, even though it's, you know, quite a few months away from the first show, we're in the studio or in the rehearsal space, like really, you know, really getting into it and, you know, finding all the reasons that we started this in the first place, you know, and I think that's been really fun. And that's what, I think that's just what we needed to do. So, yeah. So and you know, having said that, 2022 is almost fully booked. So like, you know, once we go out, we're out. It's not like a quick little run and we're gone again. You know, it's a touring cycle. So it's, you know, up to like 2023 right now. And I'm sure that will continue. So.
And God knows it's going to be here. I feel like before we know it, 2021 is, I mean, I can't believe it's 4th of July weekend.
I know, right? It's going to happen. It's like, I feel like anytime you look at months, if you say like, oh, it's a month away, like that sounds like a really long time. But then if you go, it's 4 weeks away, it's like, oh, that's actually pretty quick. So
yeah, you're so right.
Yeah. So it's not too far off from when we're going to start playing.
Yeah, definitely. So the focus is getting ready for the tour, not necessarily, or maybe in the downtime, writing new music as well.
I mean, I'm always writing. So I've written quite a few pieces of work since quarantine started. So I've actually had to kind of shut my brain off from writing, because if I get too far down that rabbit hole, then this record will become the past. And I'm still very much living inside Death by Rock and Roll right now. So, so yes, certainly stuff has come along, but in my brain, but I'm kind of like putting that on pause for the moment.
Yeah, definitely. And I would imagine, you know, getting back together with the band to start playing the stuff that you worked so hard on has got to be.
It's super exciting and fun to finally, like, you know, we've done all these acoustic versions in quarantine, and to finally get to play them electrically, even if there's no audience yet, it's just been so thrilling, because it's like, oh, the power that I've been missing. So it's great. And when we can finally translate that to the stage, it's just going to be awesome. Yeah.
It's going to be like all of us getting a part of our soul back, I feel like.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I feel. I mean, even just being in the rehearsal space, like I said, even without, you know, fans there and stuff, it's so invigorating. It's awesome.
Yeah, definitely. Also, something I forgot to say in the beginning, happy birthday. Your birthday's this month, right? The 26th?
Yeah, it is. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Any big birthday plans?
Not really. I'm not really a huge birthday person. Like, I'll just probably go to the rehearsal space, hang out with the guys, and
do what you love.
Fuck around and maybe have a little cake or something.
I mean, cake. I feel like cake is necessary on your birthday.
Well, I always want to like at least blow out a candle, even if I don't eat the cake.
But yeah, fair enough. You realize you haven't aged like at all. I'm kind of curious what your super secret is, because
I don't have a secret. I drink
doing what you love.
Doing what I love. You know, I think, you know, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life, right? Isn't that the phrase? So
that is.
And rock and roll, I think rock and roll keeps you young, you know, like even look at like the old rock stars who are like in their 80s or 70s. It's like, they're still like teenagers, you know,
pretty much
teenagers at heart. And I think so. Rock and roll keeps you young. That's the secret.
It does. I love that. So everybody just needs to work on rock and roll and we will all be forever young.
Yes. Yes. That is the key right there.
I love that. That's awesome. So going back in time a little bit, when you first started kind of coming into the music scene, you know, you did a lot of things very young, and then you come onto the scene and you start the Pretty Reckless. Did you feel like it took people a while to kind of take that seriously?
Yeah, I mean, I think that came from a culmination of things, though. Like, you know, I was so young, and, you know, I was in a rock and roll band, and people were kind of looking at it going like, is this, I don't know about this. And, you know, because rock and roll is very, you have to pay your dues in rock. Like, it's There's no, it's not like pop where you can just come out and like suddenly you're on the top of the charts. Like you really have to tour the world and, you know, do the grind and really kind of earn your place.
Right.
And I did that. And so, and I think also coming from an acting background, you know, people were kind of going, is this a vanity project? Is this some sort of stupid thing that, you know, she is playing some sort of character and whatever. And it's like, no, I was always like, this is always what I wanted to do. And not even wanted to, it's always what I did. I just wasn't doing it publicly. And so I think it took some time and of just doing it. Like there was no proving people wrong or like I came really quickly to the conclusion that like arguing about it to someone like was just pointless. Like it was just stupid because you can't change someone's mind by talking about it. You just have to do it. And so that's what we did. You know, we toured consistently since we first came out and, you know, around the world multiple times and, you know, multiple records. And that's 10 years later. And I think all of that kind of preconceived notion and stigma is just pretty much gone now. So it's good.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Do you feel like there was ever like at what point were you like, oh my God, they finally get it?
I mean, I didn't even really notice it because especially on tour, like you go to you know, you play a show, the fans are there for the music. Like they're not there because of anything else.
Sure, of course.
So that, you know, and I was living in that bubble. And so really the only time I noticed it was when I get asked in interviews about it. Because that's when, you know, my past life or whatever would come up again.
Right.
Because when you meet fans at shows and stuff, they're talking about the songs and they're asking you questions about music videos and, you know, that type of stuff. And they're not harping on what I did when I was young. So, so I didn't really like notice it that much unless I was, you know, talking about it in interviews, I guess. That's the right way to say it.
Yeah, no, that's definitely fair. So are you like, I know you're rehearsing and you're getting together with the guys. Are you kind of moving around a little bit more, like kind of getting out of your, you know, home area?
Yeah, I finally went to the grocery store. So that was a big step.
It is a big step.
So yeah, a little bit. I'm not so terrified to like go for walks where there's people. I'm vaccinated, you know, like, so it's good. I think that it's nice to see the world start to open up. Like just walking into the grocery store alone was like, although I did get like a little bit of like anxiety, like that anxiety that everyone's talking about. Cause just being around people for the first time, not even, you know, just having to interact with someone face to face. It's like, how do I do this? I don't even remember. It's been a while. So it's great to finally have that kind of, you know, that freedom back. I think that everyone's been missing. So certainly, yes. Yeah.
Last time we talked about Salem. Did you book your Salem trip yet?
I haven't yet, but it's in the works. It's in the works. It's something I haven't gone anywhere yet. I'm still here at the same desk, like talking to you. But yes, that is something that I definitely want to do soon.
Okay. So one thing that I feel like I have noticed a lot during the pandemic is a lot of books are being written. Is that something you have considered?
Yeah, it's something that I've actually kind of been working on, but I would certainly like to at some point, like not now, but later down the road. I just kind of write down stories and things that have happened and stuff because I would like to put out an autobiography at some point. Because there's a lot you don't know. But maybe, so I keep like a journal of things that I would maybe put in that at some point, but I haven't officially made that jump or whatever.
Right. You haven't officially like hired somebody to,
No, I haven't had like full on talks with people or anything, but, because I don't think the story is complete yet. So I gotta wait a little longer.
I love that. Yeah, no, definitely. The story's definitely not complete.
No. And then, you know, you put out one and the story's still not complete. So, you know, you have to put out another one.
That it's ongoing. Absolutely.
You know, as long as life's going on, it's ongoing. So,
yeah. Any other side projects?
Not really. No, I'm just really focused on playing right now. Like, honestly, that's my main, playing and music videos and putting that together. Cause like I said, it's always kind of a challenge and a hectic thing. Even when COVID is not in play, it's always something that takes a while. So, you know, working on that right now.
Definitely. Your tour for next year, are you getting anywhere close to the Virginia Beach, Norfolk area?
I'm sure we are. I mean, I don't have all the dates in front of me. It's very cool touring. We have a couple arena tours that I can't talk about yet.
Yep, fair enough.
You know, obviously, so we're going to do a headlining run at some point. all the festivals, you know, so it's a lot of that, you know, a lot of tour. I don't know if that made sense, but a lot of, you know, a lot of touring. So we're going to, like I said, it's just the start of the record cycle. So we're going to, you know, we're going to hit everywhere. So I'm sure we'll be there.
Yeah. We're looking forward to getting you as close to our area as possible. I know I am. I feel like I can speak for everybody else too. I think that's
well, we're dying to come back, so it'll be great.
Yeah, sure. Hearing the record over the radio is one thing. Seeing you on stage playing it takes it to an entirely different level.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I like to complete the circle, so can't wait to be on stage there. Although hearing it on the radio is still wicked cool. So.
Oh yeah, no, totally.
It never gets old for me. Every time I get in the car and turn it on, if one of our songs is playing, I have to like double check on my phone that it's not off of my phone. I'm like, oh shit, it's actually on the radio. This is awesome.
I love that. Yeah, that's it's cool to hear you say that never gets old, because you know.
Oh no, it never gets old. Like it's my favorite thrill. It's when you're just flicking radio stations and you hear yourself.
I love that. Yeah, and this has probably been the longest complete the circle period of time.
Certainly has. It certainly has. Although I think it's going to be kind of interesting, you know, when we go back out, that, you know, normally you really, you know, if COVID wasn't in play, normally you put out a record and you're immediately on the road before the audience has even had a chance to hear it. I mean, sometimes you're on the road before the record's even out. And so this time around, it'll be interesting to see kind of the difference, because people have had time to sit with the music and really kind of digest it and, you know, get inside of it. So I think it'll be a kind of different experience, not only for us, but for the fans as well, where they know, you know, they're kind of inside the song already. So in one way, it might be even more exciting.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, you're going to get out there and we're already going to know the words to all the songs.
Yeah. I mean, instead of like being on stage and going, okay, I'm introducing you to something new that you've never heard before. It's like, okay, I'm playing something for the first time. So it's a new experience, but you know what the song is. So it's like, you know, because I feel like fans, they always want to hear the stuff they know.
Yeah.
You know, so it's always kind of interesting to, when you're playing new material that they haven't heard, you have to kind of win them over in a different kind of way.
Right.
Whereas this time around, they'll know it. So it'll be, I don't know, I'm really excited. I think it's going to be great.
Yeah, it's going to be a very cool experience. Obviously for you, it's going to be a very cool experience for all of us too. I can tell you that.
Yeah, I think it's going to be awesome.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you as always for taking the time to chat with me.
Of course.
I love talking to you. I still love the album. I'm super excited to see you play it live. Enjoy your birthday.
Thank you.
And
thank you very much.
Make sure you eat that cake.
Well, it has to just be, only if it's a good cake. I feel like I always get like really crappy cakes from like the grocery store or something. So
yeah, the weird cake that tickles the back of your throat that nobody can actually eat.
Like that bad cake that looks really cool, and then you bite into it and you're like, this is awful. This isn't even worth it.
Yeah. So there's the request. Good birthday cake.
Good cake.
Yeah. Awesome. Excellent. Well, I hope you get that. I hope to see you soon. And thanks again. Good to talk to you.
Yes, good to talk to you too. Have a good one.
All right. You too.
Later.